So there's a glitch that's been making the rounds across the community recently, and I figured I'd check it out myself before they patch it. And well, as you can tell by the title, that glitch is basically you can get infinite Paragons. And we're gonna go ahead and abuse it on this week's boss. We got Lich Elite on Winter Park, easy mode standard, pretty much everything is enabled, minus the ability cooldown rate, which is a bit slower, but shouldn't really affect us. So let's go, and stay tuned to see how this glitch is pulled off once we get the money to afford multiple Paragons. Before then, I'll show you how I'm going to go about this early game here. So you drop Geraldo, get the NFT down, and then sell it for defense before tier 1 comes in. Farming strategy is pretty standard, 6 marketplaces into flavored trades, into defense for tier 1. So as you can see, easy mode's pretty easy. We have 10k to spare after all of that, thanks to easy mode's prices. And we're just gonna go ahead and do attack zone plus buffs for tier 1. And honestly, I might be able to get away with keeping some farms too. You see I still have 2 marketplaces. And I'm just gonna go ahead and jar pickles and sharpening stone buff that attack zone. And this should honestly be enough for tier 1. Just watch this. Yeah, just go ahead and watch that attack zone go to town. Easiest tier 1 defense of my life. And after it pops, I think the best choice is obviously to sell all your defense. We'll get temporary defense in the form of maybe triple guns out buff for now. But as you know, after we beat the tier 1 boss, the next point of business is to go for the Monkey Opolis, the 2 farm 1. So I highly doubt that the 10 farm cap is going to make a difference here, because obviously you can just sacrifice them all to a Monkey Opolis, which won't add to your farm count. And without really even trying, we got ourselves a round 47 2 Farmopolis. And now our defense for tier 2 is very simple. Just get a mad. And I don't even have to sell any farms for this, which is the crazy thing. Thanks, easy mode. The only problem is that we're missing engineer. Apparently that's banned this week, so we just have to go with a, well, non-engineered buffed mad. Should take it down eventually, though. Actually, no, this is pretty bad, because we are losing lives because of Lich's soul lair not being popped fast enough, so I guess I'll go back to getting attack zone. If there's ever a time to over-defend, it would be right now. See, now that we got the attack zone and the brittle, we should be pretty much unstoppable. Alright, and one more mad ability, and that should be a fairly simple tier 2 kill. So now what we're supposed to do is, I think we want to build one more spot for a farm here, and hopefully be able to place a village too, although I think I messed up here. Let's place a village on the bottom left then. Give it range. Right, awesome, reaches. Also another farm over here, and with that, I think I can build my 8 Farmopolis. Nice. And now, Banana Central, sell the mad for defense and more farms. And now from here, we can probably get the Paragon by round 80. And that's where a little nifty glitch comes into play. See you guys then. Oh, also, I just realized we forgot to sell the NFT at the start of the game. So could you believe that? Even though we wasted money on the bigger early game, we still were able to afford the flavor trades and marketplace combo with a lot of cash to spare. Imagine how much money I would have made if I had sold this earlier for more farming. Either way, even though we don't have a single Paragon yet, we can still kind of abuse this glitch, because here's the thing. First off, I'm gonna get all tier 5 Dar Monkeys, like that, and then I'm gonna drop the Ninja Paragon. So basically, what you want is, well, let's find the cheapest tier 5. I think it's Grand Sapple, right? I would say so, yeah. And what if I told you that with these towers right now, we can get a Ninja Paragon? So here's how it's gonna work. First, either select the Ultra Jug or the Cross Master. You don't want the same cross path as what you cross path your ninja with, so upgrading a Plasma Fan Club will not work. And how this glitch works is you gotta be frame perfect, but basically, hold-click the Grand Sabo, and then try to time releasing that button with upgrading the Plasma Master using your hotkey, which in my case is the slash. So watch this, guys. It might take a couple attempts, but let's see. Nope. Basically, you know how it works is if the panel changes when you get this menu up. Nope. Nope. If you upgrade it, that didn't work. Nope. Nope. There we go. Okay. Finally got it. So as you see, we have the Grand Sub panel open, but it says upgrade to Dart Monkey. Now, I should mention that you need the money for the Ninja Paragon to pull this off, which I do right now. I got 700k. And when I press do it, you'll see I lose that much money, but I still get a Ninja Paragon. So do it. And would you look at that, guys? It's a Ninja Paragon without even getting the Balloon Jitsu or the Master Bomber. So if you want to get a second Ninja Paragon, basically all you gotta do is the following. Just do exactly what I did there, and it'll still work. But this also is a bit of a cheese to save money, because, you know, this way, I don't have to get the Grandmaster or the Master Bomber, so I saved about 70k or so. And yeah, we can use the same exploit to get a second Ninja Paragon. Obviously, I can't afford it yet, so we'll just go ahead and beat Tier 3 Lich here with the Degree 1 Ninja. And then hopefully by Tier 4, we can get multiple of them. Now, I don't think I've ever actually tried a Ninja Paragon for Tier 3 Lich, but seems pretty OP to me. Even Degree 1, one sticky, I think almost one-shot, one layer of it. Not bad. So let's do this again, guys. Let's get Paragon number 2. So, nope. Yeah, take multiple tries, even if you've done enough. Oh, second try that time. Not bad. That's pretty fast. Now, let's do it. Second Ninja Paragon. Look at that, guys. Without any hacks. Again, you guys can do this in-game if it hasn't been patched already by the time this is out. But yeah, pretty crazy. I'm honestly not sure how good 2 Ninja Paragons really is, because I'm not sure if you can actually stack the Sticky Bombs, 2 of them on 1 balloon. I guess we can find out when the Tier 4 Lich comes in. See if the Stickies detonate multiple times. Also, if you're wondering, can you get a higher than Degree 1 with this glitch? Yes, you can. You just have to get, well, other Tier 4s and or pops along with it. So say, for example, I want to get a higher degree than 1. I'll up the degree by spamming a bunch of O24s. I'll say 10 of them, just for science. Don't need to get a super high degree. And with the money we're making, we can afford a 3rd Ninja Paragon in, like, less than 10 rounds. So, again, folks, it'll take multiple tries to do this. There we go. 5th try so this time. So let's do it. And there we go, guys. What degree is this one? 17. All that just from, what, 10 O24 is not bad. Alright, so let's see. Do you think there's multiple Sticky Bombs there? Or nah? Well, I guess we can try to tell by looking at the damage increase. Like, does this one get Sticky Bomb off? Or does it look like... It doesn't look like it's actually going up. So, I guess Ninja Paragon's pretty bad to stack then. Either that or maybe the pop count isn't added correctly, but if I'm looking again at this, you see the giant HP decrease is still only at about the same rate as 1 Ninja Paragon. I didn't feel this would drop a lot faster if the stickies did stack, so with that said, I think we should go ahead and get a Bolt Paragon then, because that's pretty good. We'll sell to heal it, because why not to? So the cheapest Tier 5, I think, is P-Lord. We do have 500k right now, so I can probably try to glitch it. So let's see it quickly. Nope. Nope. Come on, there we go. Got it this time, I'm about 10 tries. So let's do it, and now I'm down to 130k. And I got myself a Degree 1 boat. And hopefully the damage should help out here. Again, take a look at the pop count to these guys. They're pretty much not increasing, because Sticky Bomb isn't working, unfortunately. But of course, we will beat eventually, so GG to Tier 4. On Tier 5. Alright, so Bolt Paragon number 2. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Upgrade. There we have, folks. 2 Bolt Paragons. I don't want the Boomerang Paragon to be left out, so I'll make sure to get multiple of those as well. Put them on the Bolt platforms too, because why not? I think the cheapest Tier 5 Boomerang is Glaive Lord, right? Yeah, that's pretty cheap. Now I have the money for the Glaive Lord, so let's work on the glitch. Come on. Come on, there we go. Let's do it. There's our first Boomerang Paragon for a nice little discount. Now let's get the second one. So just for science reasons, I'm also going to drop the other Tier 5 Boomerangs on the corner, just to see whether or not they add to the degree if you abuse this glitch. So let me sell that NFT. We got 200k from it. That'll help us afford the second Boomerang Paragon. See if I can get the glitch before round 120 starts. Takes a bit of tries. This time 3 tries. Let's do it. And what degree is it? Only 1, yeah. So don't, again, get the other Tier 5s. It will not add to your degree. But do get the Tier 4s, because that does help. And now we'll see whether or not 2 Boomer Paragons, 3 Ninja Paragons, and 2 Bull Paragons can take down Elite Lich here. I should have mentioned that I'm pretty sure Elite Lich is still bugged, in that its Lich Soul still has more HP and has more speed. So hopefully that doesn't kill us. If it does, that would be really sad. Even though these guys are Degree 1, I do expect a bit better from them. So watch carefully. Let's see how many How many lives to take off here? 1 tick. 2 ticks? Wow. This actually is really bad. 3 ticks? Holy crap. Elite Lich is broken, man. The fact that a Lich Soul can kill us? Wait a minute. Wow, I'm surprised that that just ran through us. Well, guys, I think this is what we need to do. We gotta get rid of the Paragons that didn't do a lot. So these 2 ninjas here, now 1.2 million to work with. And I think I'm gonna go for spamming Dart Paragons. Now, I'm actually not gonna be able to pull this off because I need an open Paragon slot in order to get multiple Dart Monkeys. Because I need one to upgrade to, you know. So I guess I'll get rid of the Boomerangs too, because they seem pretty bad. And they are the worst single target of them all. So let's just get the 3 of them back to use them as my quote-unquote upgrader. And now I'll sell the Fan Club and the U-Jug. And let's try to glitch out this Crossmaster here. There we go. Got it. Upgrade. There's a cheap Dart Paragon for ya. I'm not sure if this works or not, but what if I try 2 Crossmasters? Does the degree still go higher in that case? Upgrade. There we go. Got it. Did we get more than degree 1, or is it still the same? Still the same, so once again, don't get another tier 5. I'm just wondering whether or not multiple crossbows, the knowledge would have changed that. But no. Alright, 3 Dart Paragons. Dart Paragon number 4. Dart Paragon number 5. And now we gotta sell more farms in order to afford a 6th one. And here's Dart Paragon number 6. Let's sell the other farms to see how much money I have after this. If I can afford another one, and I'm a bit short. I also completely forgot to buy a Sewer Brittle, and a Cripple, and a Glue Storm before I died in my first attempt tier 5, so let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Elite Sniper, Cripple on 520, Glue Storm 250. Alright, 6 Dart Paragons, do your job. I will mention that the screen is just gonna be absolutely littered with walls right now. As expected, when the entire map has walls all over, and you have 6 Dart Paragons, hopefully this time we won't lose too many lives to the Lich there. Oh my god, still going through. How is it not dead? Don't tell me it's gonna go all the way. Okay, it won't, but that's not good. I can't even see the map right now, so how am I supposed to know where to move stuff? I guess I just have to go blind. I'll just buy embrittlements all over to hopefully hope that the +1 damage helps. I'm actually worried we might not have enough lives to tank the rest of the skulls here. 321. We lose 27 for each one. Here's the 4th skull, the middle one. The fact this one's getting to the last corner means I don't think we have high hopes for the last skull. Or, yeah, there's no way. That's literally almost by us. Come on. Last chance? Okay, yeah, there's no way we beat the 3rd one. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll move the Brittle to a good intersection where it has a bit more range to work with. I don't know. We'll make sure to give it an expertise. More range. Here we go. Oh, maybe Spike Storms, right. I completely forgot, guys. Carpenter Spikes is amazing. I think it might be a little bit too late, though. Right? Oh my god, yeah, too late. Either way, that's still crazy. 12 Paragons can't beat Bug Lich. Well, this time we're going to spend a little bit more money on a slightly higher degree than 1. Maybe just having get to 10 is good enough. What's this run? 10. Perfect. We'll do 5 Juggernauts then for every sacrifice. Okay, I think we're a bit more prepared this time. Let's go. So, 10 Spike Storms. We also got a Door Gunner and Brittle that I'm going to use so that I don't need to get Brittles across the map. Use Glue Storms. Let's make sure to use a couple Spike Storms for every time it hits a skull, and should fall a lot faster this time, right? And still taking quite a while. Yeah, it just goes to show how OP Lich is. Alright, 3rd skull, and more Spike Storms, Glue Storm, everything. Still getting about halfway. 2nd last loop, but again, making progress compared to last time, that's for sure. And interestingly enough, I sacrificed the same things to the other Dart Monkeys, but it looks like they're degree 6. This one's 5, compared to the first one, which was degree 10. Weird. Either way, 10 more Spike Storms. How are we looking? I think we'll make it this time. 1 last skull here. 10 more Spike Storms. And can we finally take down Lich? Swear to God if we don't. Swear to God. There we go, finally. I also realized that I probably could have done the Paragon Totems for Geraldo to buff the degree, but those are pretty expensive, so I figured why not quantity over quality. But yeah, it seems like that, even with that, it doesn't seem worth it, guys. I would say we struggled pretty mightily. GG Lich, I think there's a bit of a visual bug. But yeah, let's take a look at the review map screen. The Paragon with the highest pops is the Ninja Monkey, of course, with only 10 million. Let's just take a look at the rest, though. 5 million, these guys, 7 million. Yeah, fairly low all around. I think it just goes to show you that, again, you need the every 20-degree spikes in order for the Paragons to do significant damage. Either that or Elite Lich is just stupidly dumb and broken. But apparently that glitch is getting fixed next update, so luckily you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, cool glitch. I'd like to announce that the Wizard Paragon has been fixed. Completely healed, in fact, as of the recent update. In case you missed it, in 38.0, they finally fixed the, quote-unquote, bug, where the Wizard Paragon was draining too much mana with its main attack. Apparently, according to them, it was unintentional that each Dark Arcane attack, as you see right here, would drain not mana for every hit, but for everything it pierced. So that means if it got pierce capped, you would pretty much run out of your 100k mana storage, like, immediately. So now they changed that from 100 mana for every balloon hit to just 50 mana on every attack. And you can see now, it lasts, like, a very long time. So much so that I think I'm able to beat, like, 2 rounds completely. And I have to say, unsurprisingly, this just makes the tower just so much more usable. And it's pretty much a straight-up buff, even though they did nerf the mana cost for zombie balloon spawning. As you see these over here. They take away 250 mana every time now, but they also have a longer travel range. But yeah, that's pretty much the only nerf of the Wizard Paragon. But overall, I'm going to do the 1 tower test again because of this change to see how much further we can get. Because I'm pretty sure last time, yeah, we were... it was like a struggle to just get through 1 round at a time. Because with this bug, it relied heavily on you, like, timing your abilities correctly so that you would never have, like, no mana storage. Because with the Phoenix and the Dark Arcane attack, you would pretty much just die instantly. But so far, seems so good. I don't have to really do too much micro in order to beat these rounds here. Although they get a little bit close, so... just for reference, the rounds to beat here are 169 for degree 1 and 202 for degree 100. Now, don't mind me if I just drop Paragon Totems along the way. This is just so I can get up my inevitable degree 100 a little bit easier. Also for this episode, it may not just be the Wizard Paragon that I'm going to test, because some other Paragons got changed this update, and I want to see, if possible, 1 tower / Paragon records are possible with them. So stay tuned after I finish testing the Wizard Paragon here. Now that I'm doing this again, I am reminded by just how annoying it is to use the degree 1, because, again, the difference between degree 100 and degree 1 for the Paragon cooldowns is almost double. So I could really use, like, fast cooldowns in the Metamorphosis, because that, like, seems to last, like, way too long. Like, I used it for 165, and I just barely have it up now for the end of 166. So I think if I want to maximize the round of this, I should definitely use that ability sparingly. What I should use more often is definitely this thing. Use it early enough, and then it can pretty much do, like, all the damage to bads. That's how good the DOT effect is, as you see. Also, they changed the Geraldo this update to not require you to have to, you know, get a totem every round. I think you can, like, skip a round and you'll still be okay, which is nice and convenient. I remember it was very annoying to do that in my all Paragon degree 100 run. Where if you miss a single round of restocking the totem, well then, that's too bad, because now you get everything 1 round later. So good to fix that, and now the round's beat, 169. Beat this and we get a new record. So far, the road to 169 has been a lot easier than the first go around. Once again, since rounds 140 plus are random, it seems like I just got a very lucky draw. Not a single bad in sight, so thanks RNG. Really appreciate it. With there being this many bans this round, yep, I think we're just gonna go ahead and use Metamorphosis. And isn't it crazy how just 1 bug sapped the potential of the Wizard Paragon? Like you see, it's clearly strong enough to beat 170 with a decent enough micro and using both abilities, but I was not able to get that last time around. And also, oh crap, even with both abilities, I'm dead. Okay, maybe I spoke a little bit too soon. Okay, damn, I'm only gonna get 1 round more. Okay, let's try to use the Metamorphosis early then. Again, this will last like 0 time, not even for them there, that's very sad. But on the bright side, I can now do the following. Get DOT and all 4 bads a lot earlier. I do have the second ability coming out really, really soon, so come on. I need to get it for the bad and this. Beautiful. Everything is on fire. on purple fire, but ZMGs didn't spawn down there, unlucky. Okay, new plan this round. Let's charge up Metamorphosis and let the DTs get really far, like now. There we go. Now we have twice the length of Metamorphosis. And then I can set it back to strong and have like a couple seconds over here, which is better than nothing, I think. I think this one looks a little bit better. Is it just me? I will use this now. Phoenix is back, and there we go. Beat 170, but that was quite micro-heavy. This is another micro-heavy round. Let's... Yeah, I can't beat FDTs. I have to use the level 2 second ability like every single time here. Well, it's gonna be a little bit late though. Do I risk this or no? You know what? I don't think I do. I'll just use it now. And hopefully this start of 172 is not too hard. Well, speak of the devil, always unlucky. Okay, let's try to spawn some zombie ZMGs. Crap, I don't think I have enough graveyard for this. Okay, let's try this again. We have to get the Arcane Blast immediately. Oh, 35 lives. Okay. But okay, nope. I shouldn't have used Metamorphosis to end that round. Because now I'm not even dead to a bat, I'm dead to normal Volunteer. Strong? On Arcane Spike this. Back in first. Okay. More lost lives, but we survive, so... and then I think Phoenix and zombies can take down the... Oh my god, no, it can't. We're at that point now where the Phoenix needs to be in the right spot, so that's a dead end, unfortunately. Nonetheless, 3 rounds is still a sizable improvement from before, so we take those. And now for the Degree Hunter test. This one should be pretty exciting to test. As you see, here's the Mana Drain now. It's actually draining a lot faster than Degree 1. I think it's got to do with the amount of zombies balloons that were spawning. Like, that is more than what I saw in Degree 1, right? It's been less than a round, and we already ran out of our 100k capacity, so that's not good, but I guess it's a trade-off for having faster ability cooldown so that you don't get, you know, caught with the pants down when your Metamorphosis is off cooldown, if you know what I mean. So it's hard to, like, gauge exactly how much mana we're losing, but if we're just talking about the main attack and the Phoenix, it looks like it's about 1,000 mana per second. Because remember, it's like every hit of every thing that it has, including the zombie balloons, which drain a massive amount now, for whatever reason, because, I don't know, they seem like they don't do much. But that just might be me. Round 200 here has joined the chat. I might have messed this up because I used my zombies last round, but hopefully I have a nice fat Metamorphosis to break down this thing before anything gets too far. And yep, when in doubt, always rely or trust in the Metamorphosis. Unfortunately, we missed it by 1 second. That's okay. Phoenix cleans up. Easy. And once again, we're left with ZMGs. I guess that's good, because then I can charge the ability for next round. Then I won't have any mistakes made, like cooldown-wise. So yeah, beat this round, and again, got ourselves a new highest round marked. Personally, it doesn't really matter. If we're talking about like single target damage, it doesn't matter how much zombie count you have, graveyard count you have when you use the second burn ability. Because even if it's like 1 graveyard or 100,000, I'm pretty sure the damage over time is the exact same, which is nice. Very nice to have. Again, let's just charge up to max. Oh, that was close. And then use Metamorphosis to clear it all out. My god. New potential has just been unlocked, folks. But anyways, I'm pretty sure, yeah, every round follows the exact same formula. Use the second ability, and then wait for the Metamorphosis at the end of the round. Wait for it. And I need a couple more seconds. Got it? And that should be enough time to clean up this part, too. Very, very nice. And because I don't care about the zombie count, I should just refresh this immediately. Well, I'll have the Phoenix do as much damage as possible then. Yeah, and hopefully that buys us time for Metamorphosis and a highly charged up graveyard. This looks a lot better. I just don't want to pop these EMGs here, come on. Avoid at all costs. Yep, that's perfect. Max Metamorphosis. If this don't work, then I don't know what will. Come on, nice. And with careful timing, we did it. We beat 206. Kids, don't try this at home. Trying to squeeze every round of this tower is actually quite painful, if I say so myself. I guess this explains why this may not be everybody's favorite Paragon, because I actually made a poll on this, like, not too long ago on my community post tab, asking what you guys' favorite Paragon was out of, like, the 4, and I'm actually surprised that Navark of the Seas is the highest. I guess it might just be people like the ability to one-shot bads. I'm surprised it's actually not the biggest plane. The Magus actually comes in a second place, so it's not like it's unpopular. I think in terms of design, this definitely does take the cake in terms of the coolest looking Paragon. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt to play with, that's for sure. Because yeah, if we just had permanent metamorphosis, then we could make it to like probably a higher round than all the other Paragons. Maybe a minus Ace, but Ace actually isn't the highest round because it's a bit inaccurate with catching Cerams. So it's actually both due to the one-shotting ability at 223, but yeah, this thing can definitely top it. In fact, the bug has been patched now, but there was a bug last update where you could get a permanent metamorphosis, and boy, it was OP. I didn't test it in the one tower only, but it was pretty solid. Also, this round I think we're dead on. There's 2 F-Bads. I don't think any round has had 2 F-Bads past 200, but yeah, on top of that, a bunch of other bads, so GG maybe? We'll try our damnedest though, so quickly. Nice, I got even the last bad that spawned there, and then again, because this second ability charges faster, I think I won't even bother charging this up like a whole lot. Just try to get the Phoenix attacking as much as possible on strong, while recharging during downtime so that, you know, it doesn't drop down to 0 entirely. This is back up again, but I need to wait for 2 F-Bats here. There we go. Nope, we're dead to that one ceramic. Back to... Come on, I need the Phoenix to respawn again. When I use the second ability, the Phoenix goes away for a little bit, which makes it kind of hard to survive, because it's pretty powerful, as opposed to those mini Dark Arcane Blasts, which makes it even crazier to believe that, like, those were the ones that were draining us all the mana last update. The weakest damager of them all. Okay, come on, Phoenix, please spawn. There we go. That was... that was the best timing ever, but even with that great timing, yeah, it's not coming up. I did use Metamorphosis last round, which is... I guess it could have helped me, but yeah. Still, an 8-round improvement. And now that leapfrogs the Engineer Paragon for the highest round, both degree 1 and degree 100, so take that, Engie. Anyways, I did say earlier I want to test another change this update made to the Dart Paragon, where now with Monkey Knowledge, the 4-4 Monkey Knowledge now applies to it. Basically what that does is every 4th shot, the triple shot shoots out 4 at a time. So if you want to do any simple math, it's pretty much an 8.3% DPS increase because, well, for every 12 balls you had before, you now have 13. So let's see if it makes a difference here on balance. I think 138 was what round we got to, and it doesn't seem to beat that round still. That would make sense though, because the last time I tested this was the moment the Dart Paragon got released, and I'm pretty sure that that time, that was before a nerf where they decreased the attack speed. So I think if you count that nerf and then this buff, it's still an overall less DPS. And I don't think there's anything else I can really try, because the balls are bouncing as much as they could. It might come down to RNG, but I think that round's too long to get lucky enough to survive every round here. Just in case though, let's test some other maps. So logs, probably going to be worse than balance, because again, it doesn't have the right things to bounce off of. Before we give up entirely though, I think I still want to test some other maps, just in case those could be better. So if we're talking about maps that have like boundaries, then Hedge might be a good option here. Like, I think the biggest problem with the balance is that the map isn't long enough, so not enough time to pop DDTs, but this map is definitely, like, very long. It's just not a very good spot to place towers in, because you see it only hits half the map, but, like, you're still able to do a good amount of damage on that right side just by having stuff bounce. So let's take a look. Yep, that's actually way better. You know, I'm kind of surprised I never tested this when the Dart Paragon came out, because looking back at it, that was, like, a pretty obvious choice. Well, just like that, we can add another round, and at least 2, to the 1 dart. Looking at how that went, it definitely did not need the extra 8% damage this update to have beaten this round. Now, as for if it's able to beat a round 140 F-Bat, let's see. I think I already tested on balance and logs, and it didn't even come close. So just to give you some reference points. And the cool thing is that once this thing gets out of range, it's 2 bats this round, so we can still do some damage along to it. Yeah, we're not going to pop it, but while we're attacking this thing, the balls on the right side can still have the ability to pop the bad, but I don't think it beat the DTs unless I resell it. I've never had to do this for a Paragon test before, but I might just allow it, because I guess I normally allow for 1 tower test anyways. I guess there was no need to ever resell a Paragon, because I always play it on logs, or another very easy map where there's only one, like, truly good spot, but I think this case might just warrant it. Like, I think just mirror the placement, right? Yeah, let's, quickly get it back. and see if this is enough track length to beat DDTs in. Come on. I might need to start earlier if it doesn't work. Nope, it works. But can we beat F-Zoom Gs now? Moments of truth. This is going to be so close. So close indeed. Well, there we have it. 140 has been beaten with the cheapest Paragon now. I'm gonna rebuy it back in the entrance, obviously. Hedge Supremacy. I think this is the first time ever that we've had a tower whose best performance was on Hedge. And that was really close right there. I think for certain rounds, I might have to just rebuy the Dark Paragon back, even if there's just a mob passing by. Because right now we're using like every little inch of range that this thing has to survive here. And here's what I'm talking about. Yep, I got a rebuy for the last two ZMGs here. No biggie, I'll just go ahead and rebuy it back before 150 starts. Isn't that crazy though? We're pretty much gonna get 12 rounds higher than the second best map that we tested. Actually beyond bonkers, and I don't even think I'm done yet. Again, if we just constantly micro the Paragon to the back every single round, which, again, yep, I gotta do it. Only BFBs. I guess one thing this Paragon test has to have an asterisk for is the fact that, yes, this is, assuming infinite money, this is gonna cost a lot of money to have to rebuy every single round, but just do what I do in boss events in terms of farming, and this is possible. Looking at this, I actually might need to buy or sell not once this round, but twice, because I think I need to attack the bad up here. Yeah, here's where everything's going wrong. I don't have any damage over here, so I just need to temporarily get a Paragon to attack, and then quickly buy this back over here. The moment, let's go now. Come on. Here. Yay or nay? Yes, DDTs, but I died to mobs last time. Oof, that was close. You know, I probably could have used that instant Paragon from the shop mod. That would have been really helpful for something like this, instead of having to rebuy it. You know, so many times, getting so many of these things. Regardless, I think ramping has pretty much caught up to us. There's not going to be enough damage to finish this off. Really? Nope, okay. 18 rounds from just a simple map change is honestly insane. And then lastly, let's test the Degree 100 Dart Monkey. Just for reference, the highest it got to was 166 on hard mode. So if everything follows the same as the Degree 1, then we should probably make it to at least 180. I'd be disappointed, honestly, if it failed before that. Yep, the way it's looking, it's going to absolutely blow by 166. Not even close. Not even close to needing to resell it at all. Bitrate has simply left the chat. Even for 180 here, yeah, it's holding strong, wow. Perhaps 190 might be on the run possibility of this rate. Also, on a second note, I think this probably could have helped for the Degree 1 test, but I feel like this spot for the Dark Paragon is good for the back without needing to resell it again, because you see there's a tiny sliver where it can attack, even though like it won't be able to damage it directly, at least I don't think. Again, the things bouncing off the walls will eventually add some damage to it, so I should try to keep that in mind, because yes, the Dart can attack through that. Do note that buying or selling is a bit of a flaw test for like Degree 100s, because as you know, you can't buy and resell and instantly get back a Degree 100 Paragon. Let's see if I can clean up though. Nice. But yeah, by all accounts, if we were playing by fair rules, then we would have died on 184, which is actually exactly 16 rounds higher than before, so that math adds up. But I guess we could just use this as for a fun test and see how far I can make it if I can micro. It is a bit slower than Degree 1s because I have to like use the mod to click to set degree, which is why, again, this spot's good, because then I don't have to, you know, buy it, sell it 3 times or 2 times. This spot over here pretty much covers everything that the first spot here misses. This round, yup, I am going to need to sell it, and here's where you guys can see the head start and damage we can get. Come on, yeah, there we go. Actually, it does shoot through. Wow, this spot is OP, guys. Alright, time to get a new Paragon here for round 191. And this thing actually has a good chance of making it to 200, because, I mean, it doesn't look that close, honestly. At least for the ending part. Micro's gotta be on point, though, I think. So let's sell after this thing pops for DDTs. And then here. Yup, the quest for round 200 is looking really good right about now. Now, of course, the game isn't gonna make it easy for us to finish off this, because 199 has, like, as many bads, if not more. But let's see. Sell? Quickly. And I think we have enough. Very nice. Now, I don't even think it's worth even trying this round, but I guess I could go ahead and just drop it to just show you how close we end up getting. Hints, probably not even close. Nonetheless, though, I hope you enjoyed the 1 Tower rerun, or rather the 1 Paragon rerun, because we just did, you know, 2 Paragons here. Overall, from both Paragons, very impressive round increases. So we got another boss again. I know you like bosses, so here we are. We're doing a ranked one. Sulphur Springs is the one for this week. And we got those spicy modifiers. Well, spicy as in no ace Paragon, 1 Paragon only, and almost double HP Lich. Overall, not too hard though, because we do have a lot of extra starting cash and 40 monkeys. But considering we only have 1 Paragon and it is Sulphur Springs, then you probably have an idea about what that 1 Paragon is going to be. The rank for this week is also timed, which is my least favorite, but we're going to do a chill run and see if we can get, based on leaderboard, sub 9 minutes would be good. So we'll see if we can be efficient and beat it within a reasonable amount of time. Only 4 heroes, by the way. We're going to pick Striker Jones for reasons. I've also skipped a little bit of the early game here. Again, mostly because it's boring. I'm going to tell you what I did, though. With the extra starting cash, we got a bank very early, got up to full, and dropped Striker down like 2 rounds ago. Because here's the plan. We're going to try to aim to get level 8 Striker this by tier 1, around 40. So I timed the placement perfectly to get that. If I had a nickel for every time we had Sulphur Springs and the Dark Paragon, I'd probably have $1. No, there's no joke in there. Anyway, let's collect a full, let's get IMF loan, and sell this. Let me wait to squeeze out the money from the banana farm first and then deposit all of them. There we go. Again, it's the good old usual IMF loan into Monkeypolis is currently the meta. This may or may not change in the future. It most likely may change. Long time ago, it was marketplaces into Monkeypolis. And before that, no Monkeypolis. Also, gotta watch out for the time penalty. Again, that's my most hated thing about the time bosses, really. And it's been so many years, Ninja Kiwi still doesn't feel like adding a warning for when you're gonna hit a penalty. Basically, if you take too long to beat a round, it'll just randomly, or not randomly, but this red icon will just show up or start ticking, and you gotta pay attention to it. So, like, this penalty adds to your overall time score by the end, which, I mean, adding 0.16 seconds to 9 minutes isn't much, but it sucks. Now we collect to full and build our Opolis. So I believe I've perfectly planned out this placement. You gotta let me cook here. We'll play the round, get this 10k, suck it up real good. And I am panicking, I can't fit a farm. Got it in. Fit another farm up here. Got it. And nice, I can fit another farm over here, that's perfect. So this can fit 4 farms in the radius here. And now we'll build into our balloon trap, so that can make money and be put in front of Striker here. I think we'll try to aim for the trap by 34. That's when there's more balloons coming out. So marketplace first. And I think for camos, I think I can tank it, right? We have the marketplace giving lives every round. Can I tank it, or do the seconds start ticking up? Nice. No penalty. Also, I completely forgot to sell these towers. You need to sell the ones out of range so that they don't make less money, because they're not in the Monkeypolis range. My bad. Okay, let's try to squeeze in one more marketplace. This one's gonna be so far away and not very efficient, but trust me, I think it's worth. We got a Merchant Man as well. Now, sadly, I think I gotta buy a Grape Shot for the Camo Whites here. I don't think I can tank it. At least from my slight testing. I gotta pop them, otherwise it's penalty. That's fine. Some very nice bread coming in, so around 40. 22,000? Let's see how much we get from selling all. If I sell everything here, except for the Monkeypolis, I actually think I can get away with, like, keeping it. Look at that. 57k. 82k had I sold this. But let me tell you, I don't think I need it. I think I could keep my eco intact while beating tier 1 in a very fast amount of time. So, the reason for getting Striker level 8 is for Spike Factories, 25% more damage on, that is right, Carpus Spikes. We got 4k left over as well. Is that not amazing? Abyss Dweller 2, 10% more damage on it. See how long this takes. Let's get it. I don't think I need lead popping. Spawn it out now and watch. First skull pretty fast, eh? At least I like it. I'm gonna quickly see if I can get back a flavor traits possible. Second skull very fast. The power of 35% pierce. I didn't even get jungle drums, wow. That would help too, but honestly, forget about it. Technically that would have been cheaper than Abyss Dweller, but I have a skill issue, so I'm gonna keep it at that plus. Can you really get any slower than that? Or faster than that? It's already pretty good, so any further buffs are milliseconds, I feel like. It was really just the initial skull that was slow. That is clean AF, though. You gotta admit. Insta-killed an almost double HP Tier 1 Lich. Again, thank you for the extra starting cash. That was pretty important. Now sell, and get the usual. Striker's actually in the way, and we don't need him for future tiers, so I'm gonna get rid of him now. Important, but not needed anymore. Thank you for your service, Striker. So I want to make space for the following. Trap, Overclock for the BRF, and then this for the Moabs. How is far targeting? Okay, it's a little bit low. So let me move... Oh, God. Yeah, I gotta move the trap a little bit lower. And then maybe consider getting a second trap as well to catch anything sneaking by, like you see there. We don't like that, but now we'll see how quickly we can get that Banana Central. You know, usually somewhere in the 50s, considering like how efficient we were, that we could keep the Monkeyopolis. I bet I could do early 50s. So see the Mob Shard here? Pretty good damage. I say as I leak 2 F-Cerams. That's why second trap exists, though. Alright, outbuff was much needed on the Mob Shredder. Now it's consistently popping Moabs. So we don't have to do annoying trap micro. And I think, yeah, I think 3 more rounds. And we're there. Okay, hang on. Good point. Next to Lich Spawn is not good for the B Central. So I guess I do have to make a new one, like maybe in the corner here. This is gonna get the buff taken immediately. I guess it's worth delaying it for like 1 round. 1 or 2 rounds just to get in a better spot. Okay. Yeah, Lich will never be in the bottom right corner if we're going to int-skill everything, which we will, by the way. Tier 2 is... I think 2, 3, 4 are going to be really, really fast kills. So don't blink or you'll miss Lich being on the screen. It's kind of funny when doing time bosses versus like any other type boss, whether it be a ranked least tiers cache or just a boss in general. The biggest difference is the uptime of the boss on screen. You will almost never hear boss music in time bosses because all the time it's just going to be build up to getting all the insta-kills so that you see the boss as little as possible. Let's go for it mid-52, okay? Mid-52. 70k is hit now. Sorry for pausing. Sell, and sell. Beautifully timed. Now I just need to get a Monkey City for it. And ideally, I don't know if I can do it, but imagine being able to keep this for tier 2 defense. So because we need to sell other farms for in 7 rounds, I'll just do Essential Markets. Now, I believe it is safe to say, given how much money we have on hand and how much we can sell, I can keep Banana Central. I love the feeling of accelerated farming, I gotta say. So here's what we're gonna do. See ya. Let's get the Dark Paragon right now, because we can. So we're gonna get the minimum degree, which is with 4 Paragons, I believe. I don't know about the math, but let's see how many B-Cents we can sell. I can keep 1 BRF, that's good. 1 BRF, degree 22 it's gonna be, I believe. We always want to upgrade the Plaza Fan Club, because the cost of the tower that you upgrade the Paragon to is inherited. So we get more money to sell back. And let's see, 22, right? Yep. I don't know you, but I'm feeling 22 about my Apex here. So I believe it's about 500k HP tier 2. Wanna watch how quickly it gets shred? Okay, 300k. I was wrong. First goal is pretty slow, I'm not gonna lie. Lich, you could do a little bit better than that. Also, right, maybe I shouldn't put an overclock here, because the start of round boost will heal Lich, because the Foma shoots a little bit fast. And this is actually slower than I thought, only because there's nothing for this to attack. So it starts off each skull slow for a second, which is mildly infuriating. Here's start round boost. Don't you dare heal. Good, we avoided the heal. Yeah, so believe it or not, there's probably things that are actually faster than the Apex Plasma because of the slow ramp up. However, it's simple, and I like simple. And we're not gunning for T1, are we? GG easy. Sell this now. 200k to work with. Guys, I'm feeling lazy. Can I just buy a big trap and just be done with it all? Because I bet that works. Ultra boost over here. This is the ultimate lazy tower. Make good money while sucking everything in. So what's funny is because, like, we only have one Paragon, I legitimately don't think we have to farm that hard, but I will, obviously, because there's no reason not to farm hard. Like, because to max a Dark Paragon, you only need about $700,000. The rest of the money can only go towards, like, non-Paragons, which are pretty cheap, honestly. And we only have 40 monkeys, too, so it's not like we can spam. So with that said, I will go light on the farming after I build up a decent army up. So we'll sell to get 7 farm Monkey here. So I believe the last time a boss was on Sulphur Springs, which I feel like was not long ago, I did something similar to, like, make things less annoying, and that is, maybe make the left side Central Market, so I don't have to collect, and then the right side can be all BRFs, surrounded by a single Wall Street, so that can at least save me a little bit of effort, because this thing auto-collects farms, or bananas. Wow, that range is pretty big. I don't remember it being that big last time I saw it. I'm talking about the Wall Street. Yeah, honestly, I guess True Sun God's probably worth just getting right now. So let me get another overclock here, sell this one. I don't feel like overclocking every BRF here. And I think if I want to put the TSG in the middle, I gotta build with an ice platform. Now, if I make so much money, maybe if I do have excess cash, I can just use Cash Lighter on, like, makeshift Dark Paragons. So that money, like, kind of goes into the void. Once you sell the Paragon, you don't get that Cash Lighter money back, ever. But I think it's fine. Like, if I do have that much money, why not just use a slider for a degree, like, 40 Dark Paragon for a tier 3? Money is coming in very fast. Yep. Let's go for Sun Temple right now. And then max TSG in time in the next 6 runs. Actually, no, we'll hold on to this. Okay, the tier requirement's pretty annoying, because I need to drop, like, 17 fan clubs. But I'm out of monkeys. Guess I'll consider maybe selling one more, just for the Plaza fan club over here. $500,000. So let's see. I'm not going to sell anything because I don't feel like it. But without the help of the mods now, I kind of have to guess how much would get me degree 40. Who doesn't like a little guessing game? Let's try 100k and see how close I am. Lego? Did I do it? Okay, I overshot it, but overshooting's better than undershooting. I guess we can additionally just get the damage givers. So Cripple Moab, I can use that as sacrifice fodder too. That's epic. And a Super Brittle. Another Dark Paragon solo for tier 3, and then tier 4, it's going to be an even higher degree. Tier 5, maybe even higher. I don't think I've done this for a boss before, and that is, like, use the Paragon 4 times, but sell it every single time. But today might be the day. Here it is, 2 million HP. I think it's going down just about as fast as tier 2. Same issue, though. Nothing spawning in, because Dark Paragon beats it, which really sucks, but what can you do? So yeah, pretty close to insta-killing the first several tiers here. 3 minutes, 3 tiers. Very cool. Very cool. And this is the slowest boss, mind you, because remember, like, there's like 6 seconds, as you saw, between every time it hits the skull before you're able to pop it again. Other bosses also have a little bit of that, but Lich is the biggest offender of that. Now, this is an interesting question. It is possible that, yes, some Paragons at a high degree may be better than the Dark Paragon. Like, I don't know, degree 80 Wizard. But I don't think the effort's worth it when you can just get a same degree Dark Monkey and achieve very similar results. Because, like, genuinely, this is the best map by far. So, once again, I feel like we should keep it simple. We're also going to have the money next round for TSG, so get ready. Get ready, because we're about to blow. Please turn Vengeful. If you did it right, we should know immediately. Perfect. I haven't messed it up in a while. Probably gonna jinx myself for next time, but epic. So here's what's up. I think we're actually gonna keep the next Dark Paragon for tier 4 and 5. Because I was thinking maybe I shouldn't keep it and, like, maybe squeeze pops between rounds 100 to 119. And it's very negligible, so instead, I think I'd rather just max Cash Lighter this one and be done with it all. And for this one, we are going to sell more farms to, you know, get through the 40 monkey limit. Sadly, because of the lack of pops, the Dark Paragon actually won't be that high of a degree. It'd probably be at most like 60-something. So I did the math here. I only need to sell 7 farms or 7 towers to get 7 more fan clubs. So we'll do exactly that. Let's see, 1.4 milli. Nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I need to explain the following. I am going to leave a little bit off the slider, because Ninja Kiwi doesn't update, like, the amount of money you put into the other towers when, like, counting into this. Like, there's a max cash amount is what I'm saying. In fact, let me just show you, for example. Let's do the max slider, and we get 65. To be generous, we'll leave off 50,000 to play it safe, and it should be also the same degree, see? I'm not tripping. And here we go. Same thing. 8 million HP this time. Let's see how fast D65 is. Okay, it's a bit slower. So maybe I should have considered getting, what do you call it? Dropping the other towers. So, if there's time, maybe, could I squeeze it in? Like the MAD, for example. MAD. Continue overclocking, because it's not global right now. Very negligible, but who knows if the 30k could end up costing me a slot. Also, I think I lied. I think there's a lot of pops to be had in the next 17 rounds that it's worth probably selling it. Again, I got $1 million, and it's going to be 2 million by around 120 with nothing to spend the money on, because these towers are cheap as F. So this will be a 4-minute 30 kill, so 1.5 minutes this tier, if my math is correct. Like, if I get maybe 3 million pops on the darts, like, the next 17 rounds here, I think I could probably get degree 70-something, which is probably worth it. Probably worth selling farms, too, to fit more fan clubs. Yeah, we don't even have a max one yet. We don't need a little money from this. Alright, we have so much money that, frick it, we're gonna start overclocking these guys for more damage. Anything to steal more pops away from the other towers. Now, too bad there's no easy way to count, but how many pops have these towers gotten? The Dharma Monkeys? 1 point something million on the 2 crossbows. Hard to count for the other towers. But it's actually not 3 million, which is crazy. I guess the VTSG is simply too strong. Again, no harm in just trying anyway. For this tier, we'll probably have to sell the Dark Paragon anyway, because once Lich goes to the bottom left corner, which I think I will, I'd rather have it in this spot. So just keep that in mind. And now let's again minus 50k off of it. And it is degree. Very nice. And now sell income. I know there's no flavor trades, helicopter, but we don't need it. $3 million basically. So because I know I'm going to get the Dark Paragon again, let me reserve some like monkey slots for the Dark Monkey. I believe with max cash slider, it's only degree 56 if you don't add other tiers. So I'm gonna try to how do you say it? Get some more tiers to get to 60 at least for the other Paragon. Good news, tax zone does fit over here. Let's get that immediately. Still, I think 20 plus towers left over. Guys, is Megalodon worth 4 towers? Actually, 6 of them, I think, for max piece. I think so. It is confirmed 7 towers for Megalodon. Damn, quite pricey. Okay, striker level 8. I can't find a factory spot. All right, last tower. So let me give you a 15-second overview of the towers I've chosen. So Marine is here, so I can Chinook the Riddle to where Lich is. And yeah, just strong towers. 1 Sun Avatar was all I could really put. Senju Champion, all tier 5 Dartlings. Lord of the Abyss for 40% on Carpet and Super Mines. This for the 20% buff. And with that, I think we're ready. Let's see how nice this defense is. Here we go. So again, the goal, sub 9 minutes. Sub 8 would be ideal. Right now, DPS, 250,000, I'm guessing. Oh, I forgot to buy Carpet. I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys. That might have been triggering. 50k damage, pretty good. I was Supermind 0, yeah. Bad placement, but what can I do? So there's nothing I can do other than just watch right now. I'm just waiting for... Oh, wait, no. If I... Well, okay, I guess it's worth selling. Remember, selling heals Lich, but I think it's worth it just to get more damage in. It'll just be 1 tower I sell. Not the worst thing of all in the world, right? There is 25%, which I think took 45 seconds. Who wants to extrapolate? I think if I extrapolate that sub, get it? Haha, sub 8 minutes. All right, Ray of Doom 115, 214 on the MAD. That is at 141. Sun Avatar goated. Cell is about a 3 million HP heal. Damn, that's quite a lot. But yes, it is worth it. It is worth it. Should I Chinook the... I think I'll Chinook this now. Come on. There's... I don't think I don't... crap. I didn't leave space for the Easter Riddle. I'm an idiot. It has to be up here then. As crappy as that is. That's fine. Can move it again soon. And is it out of range now? Better earlier than later. Sell now. Quickly. Boom. 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 And boom. I'm not even gonna bother saving 50k. Get it again. 62. Perfect. 2 million on the beast, by the way. Not bad. And the extrapolation obviously didn't work out because the dart is not attacking a lot. I wonder if it's better to let the... come on. Move attack zone away. Better to have balloons get in range so the dart can see something. Come on. No, everything's popping too early still. That sucks. This is what happens when you use, or when you play Lich with non-Paragons. It's so sad not being able to homeland and get more damage. Anyway, come on, attack. And ideally, I don't need to buy it again. If I have to buy it again, I think we're cooked. Because I don't want to heal for another 3 million down here, you know what I mean? But maybe I have to. I don't think we're going to make it, guys. I think we're going to be a little bit off. Question, is it worth it to sell one more time? Just in case I am, you know, buying everything back again. In case I do got to go through with it. Let's check when it stops attacking. It's still attacking. Come on, 3 million. And it stopped. Okay. We are at 1.8 million. Selling it would put me 3 million above. This is sad. Very sad. Alright, just do it. I think it is worth it ultimately. 2 barber cells. And thankfully we are gonna make it to sub 9, so we hit our goal. And you know what? With that, I'll take it. I'll take it. I think, yeah, I guess in hindsight, it would have been better not to put it in the second platform, but I was assuming we would beat it before it got that far. Very nice. And for a time boss, that was honestly not as annoying as I thought. Because the tower limit meant I didn't have to spam too hard, and the Paragon limit too. So the money, see, $1 million left over after wasting all the money there. A top 20, we'll happily take that. And one overview, a final overview of the pops, because everybody wants to see those. 3 million on the Megalodon, 1.5 the carrier, 18, and yada, yada, yada. So in a previous video, I used an infinite Paragons glitch to beat an elite boss. And now we're gonna jump onto something even spicier. What if I try to abuse the infinite Paragon glitch to get the highest round possible? And we're here over on Spice Islands, trying to get that amount. Because here's the thing with the boat Paragon. If you didn't know, it sucks in bads. You can hook up to 2 bads per round with the boat Paragon. It also has a passive ability that hooks in multiple class balloons every 10 seconds or so. And so just think about it. If you get multiple of them, say fill up the entire map, then you can hook in as many bads as there is that spawn per round, as well as hook in all of the balloons that spawn that are lower than a bad. And you don't have to worry about the HP or the speed, because it's, well, instantaneous. So in theory, it sounds like we can get to an insane round, and, well, here's our journey, starting from round 47. To pull this glitch off, we're obviously going to need a lot of money, so we use this early game to set up a Trade Empire army, 10 marketplaces, massive Monkeyopolis. And in case you guys haven't seen before, yes, it is possible to do exactly what I'm doing right now. Basically, building a bridge of ice platforms to put our farms in. No idea what the biggest possible Monkeyopolis is, but we're going to try for, well, as big of one as I can get. So that would, of course, involve getting an Ultra Boost. So let's get working on that. Okay, Camo Potion at 10 stacks, and that's probably about as high as I'm going to get. I actually might be able to squeeze it a bit more on the left side, but I'm just going to go 12 Farmopolis. And as part of the course, plant 420 banana farms all over it. And we should be looking good for filling the entire map with Paragons for the late game. So one downside to needing to spam infinite bow Paragons is that every time I buy a new one, I basically lose my entire Trade Empire army, which is probably a big chunk of my current income, but I don't think there's really much I can do other than buy a bunch of Paragons at once. But I don't feel like doing that. We have the money right now. Let's go for our first one. So if you haven't seen the glitch yet, basically, you need the ingredients for a Paragon that's not the bow Paragon. I'm just going to go ahead and choose the cheapest one, the Apex Plasma Massacre. And you gotta hover over the menu, and then let go of clicking the Pirate Lord at the same frame you upgrade using the hotkey, which is comma, And reminder, it can't be the same path as the P-Lord, so it can't be a middle path fan club that I upgrade to. That's why I'm doing top path dart. So let's try to get the glitch to work. Once again, it takes a couple attempts, because yeah, you basically gotta let go of the same frame. And it's hard to get that consistently, even if you've done it enough times like I have. There we go. We got it, and let's build it. We'll lose a bit of money doing it. We'll get a high degree too, since we sacrificed all the boats away. 42. Now the thing is, the degree really doesn't matter for the boat Paragon because the higher degree doesn't give you more hooks. And the hooks are basically the only thing that's going to carry us to late game here. So yes, every boat Paragon I add after this is basically going to be degree 1, or whatever it is after I make money with boats. And honestly, maybe I don't have to drop another Trampart army, because this thing still makes me 3k per round. If we get enough boat Paragons up, that'll make back our lost money. Also, here's another cool trick that I'll do for late game. We'll start tech botting. So just so I can AFK this run, I'm going to use ambush on the tech bot. Let's say, first off, link to this guy. And then we'll set ambush on the tech bot to over here. I think this is actually the first time I'm using ambush. In case you guys don't know what this is, basically, it won't activate the tech bot ability until a balloon reaches this point of the track. The reason why you don't want not ambush is because you don't want to waste this hook ability on a not bad. So putting it later in the track means hopefully the only thing that gets that far is bad. So we're only going to use the hook for bads, and we're going to do it automatically so we don't have to, be around while the round's going on. So we're going to need to do this for every single boat Paragon. 1 tech bot per boat Paragon. Luckily, tech bots don't really use up that much space anyways, so no harm in that. And now we got the glitch to work, so let's get boat Paragon number 2. Proof the glitch works. Degree 1, yeah, not a big deal. And actually, we won't run out of space because each boat Paragon comes with their own platform, so you could, like, put a tech bot on this platform. And technically, you don't even need to start an army like that. Alright, boat Paragon number 3. Boys, this is gonna get silly real fast. I'll tell you that. I'm still gonna have an army of tech bots in the top right corner, just because I would like to have one for my ultra boosting the mana central over here. And maybe I want to use these platforms. These are prime platforms to put towers at the front of the track. I'm really not sure what I need other than spam these Paragons, because I'm pretty sure they could just take us all the way to Infinity. But some things that could be useful, Legend of the Knights, maybe Ninja Paragon to slow things down by half. And other than that, I don't know. But yeah, I see right now, even with 3 bullet Paragons, nothing's even getting past. The 3 Paragons are just hooking every single Mulban. You know, another cool underrated thing about this is that the Paragons don't cause lag too, because they're basically one-shotting balloons before they even enter the screen. Therefore, very little projectiles, even though there are planes flying around. If they don't shoot that often, then, well, as you see, games run pretty smoothly, which is great for us. And that, ladies and gents, is 1 vertical line finally filled with Buccaneer Paragons. 13 of them to be exact, as you can tell by the ability icon. We don't even need to use it right now, because I don't think the bads survive long enough to even touch the ambush point. Like, what I'm saying is that the bullet Paragons actually have enough damage that they pop the bad. See that? You did see the bad peek out for a second there. But even with 12 degree 1s, they do enough damage to take it down before we can hook them in. Which is kind of funny to think about, although I probably should put 1 fairly close to the entrance, just because that way it does cause a little bit less lag if we do hook in a bat early, like you see there. Alright, and we're about approaching round 200. 15 boat Paragons and going strong. But of course, the journey's only just started. I'm not sure what my goal is for this run, but I would say at least 1,000. In case you guys don't know, my current highest round is only 504. And I got that way in the early days. Cool, we got a Called Arms Insta. But yeah, it's not really something I tried to improve on since then. Since, well, there was really no point lagging my PC for multiple days in a row. All because of this glitch and the fact that it's pretty smooth sailing. Like, lagging your PC-wise, I figured, why the heck not? See you guys in like 100 rounds. Alright, round 300 update. I kinda lost track of how many bullet Paragons I have on the field, but I think it's about 22 or so. As you can see by the number of abilities, we are having to use about half of them up. But yeah, that means at this point in the game, there must be like 24 bads per round or something. You see we're dangerously down to 4 abilities. Kind of crazy that 20 Paragons can't keep up. And that's why we gotta build more. Okay, round 400 update. We now have about 30 plus bow Paragons to rename. On top of that, money isn't really an issue anymore, as you can see by the $37 million we have. Oh, and also in case you guys are curious, the Quincy action figure seems to have capped out at 10 million sellback price. Apparently that's the max sell price for any town in this game. It's not just limited to Geraldo's NFT, because apparently there's a little pool stacking feature or bug that allows you to basically place infinite towers in one spot. So theoretically you can get infinite Monkeyopolis and thus see how high the sellback can go, and I think that's also capped at 10 million. So just a fun fact if you didn't know already. See you in another 100 rounds. And now for the big 500, I finally figured out how to actually check the amount of abilities I have, and that's with Geraldo's Life Potion to reset all abilities. So if you see I use it, and if you look at the ability number on the bottom left, we have 45 Paragons. Not bad. Apparently you need way more than 45 later on in the run, but of course I didn't want to drop all of them immediately, just because more equals lag, so might as well get by with the minimal amount of bow Paragons while you can, right? Now, I did say earlier that these bow Paragons add way less lag than other normal towers, but when you have so many of them, it will end up making a difference. And also, if you want to take a look at the pop counts on everything, well, here you go. We've got plenty of Paragons already at billions of pops. I think the highest I have right now is the degree 1 with 5 billion. Interestingly enough, it's not the one that's degree 42. That one's only at 4.3 billion. Probably to do with the ambushing placement, if I had to guess. And now just to show you round 505, me passing my personal best in BTD6. And now enough with the 100 round increments. We're now just going to jump all the way to round 750. And as you see, I've added myself a lot more Paragons. If you want to be exact to the number, well, let me use the Life Potion, and looks like we have about 76 of them. It also should be glaringly obvious by now that the lag is getting worse and worse. I think I measured it, and each round has taken about 3 to 4 minutes so far, so yeah, this round has already taken a couple days to get to this point. Also, if you want to take a quick pop count check, if you remember, the highest one around 500 was 5 billion. Now it's all the way up to 58 billion. At least as far as I can find, and it is by the degree 42 Paragon. But again, it shouldn't be surprised that the pop counts have 10x'd on this Paragon, because, well, the HP is getting higher and higher every round. And yeah, each pad at this point must have tens of millions, or maybe hundreds of millions of HP. I don't think there's feasibly any tower combination that doesn't involve a glitch that can actually do that much damage. That isn't a one-shot, i.e. no Azili or Bolt Paragon. So we have been long dead by now. Oh, also, I should mention that about the ambush thing I was talking about earlier. I've actually kind of stopped doing that for my new Bolt Paragons, because apparently, even if you have them tech botted to grab in anything the moment it sees it, it won't be anything under bad, because I think it prioritizes the non-bads. I'm talking about the passive hooks. At least that's what I've been told, but I'm pretty sure half of these on the field right now don't have ambush on them, and we seem to be still holding on to a lot of the hook ability, so I think leaving them off ambush is fine. And now see you guys at our next milestone, and the milestone I was hoping to break for this run. Round 1000. Here we go, boys. We're going to use the Life Potion to see how much Paragons we have in the field, and I made sure to get it to the perfect number, 100. And we'll go ahead and play round 1000 here just to show you how we're looking. Lag-wise, it doesn't seem too much worse than round 750. I think the rounds are still taking about 3 to 4 minutes, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, depending on the RNG that we get. But overall, that still equates to leaving this game on for many, many, many hours to get to this point. And also, if you want to take a look at the pop counts, I think the highest one still belongs to the degree 42 Bolt Paragon, sitting at about 179 billion. I bet if we left the game on long enough, it would definitely reach 1 trillion. But again, I hit my goal. 100 Bolt Paragons can indeed be around 1000. And yeah, now that I achieved my goal, I think the only thing left to see is, like, how long will these 100 Paragons actually last for? But you won't see that on this one, because I'm not at that point yet. Once again, this run is going to take a very long time to get to a point where it would die. Now, I could be wrong about this, but I've been told that there actually is a theoretical cap to the highest round, even with the insta-killing of the Bolt Paragons. That's because apparently if the DTs get fast enough, they'll still get through while the Bolt Paragon's hooking them in, which is kind of funny to think about. Not sure when that round happens again, probably in the thousands, but yeah. Also, here's what the setup looks like when you have small towers enabled. Still just as laggy. but you can definitely see the Bolt Paragon layout a lot clearer now, on top of all the tech bots on top of the Bolt Paragons. I made sure to put the tech bots on the platforms just so I didn't have to build a giant army on the right side. That said, that is all for today. Thanks for watching all the way to the end here. And if I do keep going on with this run, then of course I'll let you know how far we actually get. Alright, it's Elite Drilling time once again, fellas, and this time I want to try something I've been wanting to try since Dreadbloom got released, but their Dreadbloom restrictions have been a little bit finicky, and I haven't got the chance to, and I technically don't have the chance to this week, because let's take a look at the Elite Dreadbloom rules. So, downstream, medium, and ignore the purple and all this, but let's scroll over and you see that the Navarch Paragon is banned because they don't allow middle path boats, and they don't allow permits like either for this week, as well as no tack. But yeah, give me a second to explain myself. I do have mods enabled, because as you can see, there are these things. These are Paragons, buffable Paragons that I have enabled. And why do I have this mod enabled? Well, that's in order to get every Paragon on the field at once, which is what the title is. No other restrictions for this Elite run other than to just get every Paragon in this game and see how quickly it takes down Dreadbloom. So again, the only way to do this is modded, of course, since the Navarch is banned, and the Navarch is only degree 1 for these buffable Paragons in the shop. And of course, since they are buffable, I can kind of falsely increase the degree of them in a way. So I feel like that's probably the last Paragon I get, and when I do get that, I probably won't use any other buffing things to make it stronger. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, and if you're wondering why I skipped the other weeks of Dreadbloom, well, that's because I was on vacation for the winter holidays. Had a good time, hope you guys also had a great holiday too. But yeah, now I'm back, and in case you do hear or feel that something is different compared to my normal recordings are, and well, it's just because of unspecified reasons. I'm not at my usual recording setup right now, but that's the most I'll say about that topic. Anyway, since downstream has an intersection, I feel like going for an early wall fire would be a good idea. Now, with that said, because I am a bit rusty, I'm trying to remember what I need to do here for a Dreadbloom, or what the meta is. So I think I'm going to leak all these lives because Ben can regenerate them. I should be going for a Let's Gold for around 26, because that's when, well, the first Let's spawn. And then now I can also get my Wall of Fire to make sure the backside is even more, you know, set. Should go for a 1-2-0, I think, because, yeah, they nerfed the Wall of Fire to have less uptime, which stinks. So just go 1-2-0 just to be super safe that it's up at all times. But before that, of course, gotta continue farming. I know my farming has been a little bit sketchy. They're all over the place right now. I'm not fitting them in the right spots, but that's okay. We'll sell a lot of them later for tier 1. Not sure what I want to do yet for tier 1, but because tank is banned, we can't go for the usual Sticky Bomb plus attack plus Embrittlement. We can of course go for the Sticky Bomb, which is definitely what I'm gonna do. Just again, not sure what after that. Now I'm gonna blame this on Rust once again, but I definitely should have gone for a Balloon Trap plus Rubber Gold. That probably outdoes the Marketplace spam on Dreadbloom. But too late for that, time to start setting up for tier 1, so yeah, Sticky Bomb to start, and I feel like the second best option is literally just Mauler spam. Now before that, I guess I should do a discount village, because tier 3 Maulers, they'll get discounted like pretty much entirely, which is exactly what you want. So here we go, tier 1. I'm gonna try my best to see if I can get away with, like, I don't know, not selling any farms at all. It's possible, I hope. So let's go 202 and just start spamming 0-3-0s, I think. Maybe range, just because it might help a little bit. The cool thing is you can deal with the primary immunity pretty nicely, because there's no rock balloons that spawn at all. And since Sticky Bomb is bad against rock balloons, yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Now, let's see how many Maulers I need to beat the rock balloons here. I got 5 of them right now. Remember that they have SRAM and Moab properties, so the Maulers should be doing like 18 damage to them, but they're still getting through, even with 7 of them. That's okay. They don't take away, well, enough lives to kill me right now, but okay, how about an 8th one? Okay, there we go. We're finally dealing with it. This is fine. Okay, here's Mauler number 9, Mauler number 10. I got another Druid as well, just because it feels like balloons are starting to get through. In fact, wow, they're getting really far. How about another Wall of Fire to clutch up? And even with 10 Maulers, I don't know how the rock balloons are getting this far, but alright, how about 11th one, just to snipe in the back. Camos, I should survive this, come on. Don't make me restart this. And I think we survived the rock balloon stage. Okay, good, good, good. 8 lives left. Really making use of that, Ben giving lives per round here. And once you kick this last bit of HP down, I'll start selling. Nice. GG, tier 1. You should be able to go straight up for a BRF right now. A little bit late for it. Well, I don't know if round 48 is too late, but I guess I usually get one a little bit earlier than that. That's fine, though. We'll also make sure to get outbuffed Submarine, because I heard that's pretty good just dealing with the normal round balloon spawns. Okay, bad idea, though, because it takes away lead to gold, because, you know, AMD on the sub. Maybe I'll change that later, but for now, another BRF. Yeah, actually, I changed my mind. Let's go for a D-Breath instead. And how about outbuff this one? Just so we make sure we get all that extra money with the Let Gold. And Balloon Trap too, I suppose. Now, because they didn't ban Avatar Wrath or Mad, I'm gonna be a bit of a buzzkill and just go for that here. Because, again, I didn't really have any restrictions going into it. Actually, maybe instead of a Mad, I could try, I don't know. What do you guys think about a Carpet of Spikes? I wonder how that would do against Dreadbloom. So yeah, I guess we'll mix in a bit of variation here. First off, 0-1-5 with a mid. So 1, 2, 3, and now the damage begins. Don't quite have the money for Carpet of Spikes right now, but of course I can always sell some of these central markets, because I'm gonna get a Banana Central later anyways by selling them. But until then, I guess we'll wait. We only really need to get the Carpet of Spikes for when it hits Magic, and the Avatar Wrath isn't needed. That's why I'm only going for 1 Populous, by the way. Because, I mean, just 1 is already fast enough, right? So, okay, I'll sell 1. And there we go, Carpet of Spikes. How fast is it? That's pretty slow, actually. I'll use another one of this. Maybe I need to outbuff it or something. I don't know. Let's see if we can at least kill the Rock Blooms, because that's kind of what's most important. If we can take care of those, I think we'll be alright. It's definitely way slower than the Avatar Wrath, though, so I don't really like it. What else could I do to make things faster? Not sure. Maybe a Mob Eliminator? Pretty expensive, but I'll spend a little bit extra. I mean, after all, this is a lot cheaper than a Mad. In fact, maybe these two combined, maybe it's just a bit more expensive than a Mad. Not too terrible of a choice. Oh, so I completely forgot that the Immobile Limb will target Rock Balloons, which kind of sucks. But now that we got rid of the Rock Layer, should be taking it down and letting the Avatar Wrath do damage really quickly. Guess one thing I could have done better is put the Carpet of Spikes in range of the favorite trades. Maybe I'll just get, since it's really expensive, probably might be just worth it just buy another entirely new one to get more sub up on it later. There we go. Again, pretty trivial. Tier 2, since most things are enabled, and there's Banana Central. And I'll sell these to fill in the space with, of course, the BRFs. Honestly, I think I'm doing well enough in the farming game that I probably don't even need to sell the Avatar Wrath, although granted, I might regret that later. But yeah, how about for Tier 3? I feel like keeping the Avatar Wrath might be a good idea, because I can get that to take care of the, primary immunity layer, and then just go for a makeshift Dark Paragon for the final stretch. Or maybe just go for the cheaper Boomer Paragon now. Actually, is it really cheaper? Because the Tier 5s are more expensive for the Boomerang, so despite them making it cheaper, it still might be, again, cheaper to go for the Dark Paragon overall. And again, you can get a higher degree on it with the extra Tier 5, although granted, I don't think we'll do that since it's more money. And degree 1's probably enough. Okay, fast forward to Tier 3. I'm still not sure if Avatar Wrath is going to be enough, even with Overclock, but guess we'll find out. Make sure, again, get the Populous at this point, because it will matter for Tier 3 compared to Tier 2. Obviously, money for a Dark Paragon isn't quite there yet, but should be there in a couple of rounds once the Avatar Wrath gets layered down. It's honestly a really good option, because it's basically max powered. Get some pretty good bang for your buck with that Druid upgrade. Now, honestly, at this point, I could probably even rush an Ultra Boost, and in fact, I'll do that. Because what I can do is I can pretty much just sell the Avatar Wrath later to go for the Dark Paragon. That's something I could do if I really want to speed up the process, and honestly, maybe I'll just go for the Degree 30 Dark Paragon and call it a day. Because it's not like I really need to, go for 40 and above. And it's probably nice just keeping that Paragon around just so you can very easily beat the 80s and 90s, if that makes sense. That being said, I don't even have to go for it right now while it's still on the military immunity. So yeah, I just won't even sell any farms for this. Okay, maybe that's a bad idea because these Rock Balloons are killing me. Come on, Dark Paragon, maybe we can snipe. Come on, yeah, there we go. We can tank those. Damn, 50 lives though. They sure eat up quite a bit. But yeah, I figured Rock Balloons are going to be an issue more than the Dreadbloom itself since it moves so slowly. Either way, that's going to be it for Tier 3, and yeah. Let's start building more Paragons for Tier 4. I'm not sure what order I want to build them in, but obviously it's going to be in not the Boomer Paragon, just so I have some variety. I guess one pretty big downside of going for a Dark Paragon is that you kind of needed something different for literally the start of Dreadbloom. Or actually, I guess you could also wait a little bit, because again, no Rock Bloom spawn for the first layer. I guess I've already decided by drawing the NG that I'm going to go for the NG Paragon. Do I really care what degree it is? I do a little bit, so I am going to aim for a little bit higher than degree 1, so gotta drop a bunch of those tier 4 overclocks and whatnot. Okay, I'm actually not sure if I greeted hard enough this game to afford every Paragon, so I'm gonna spend a little bit less with Bloom Trap instead. Hopefully it's at least degree 20. Yep, we got 24. Honestly, yeah, really didn't need to spend more to get extra power because it's, yeah, pretty inefficient. Anyways, I feel like 2 Paragons should be enough, right? We haven't even started to drop the, sentries yet, but the nail gun itself is already putting in work. So there is the primary lure killed, and now with the power of 2 Paragons, look how much faster it's going down. I do know I can add a Super Brittle and Grimoire, but I'll do that, once we actually need. It feels like this is another freeze of a Dreadbloom boss. I wonder how much the Exploding Sentry does, by the way. Oh, I think that was pretty good. I think it was like an eighth of the skull in Rock Lair, but it, still killed the entirety of it. So definitely a good idea to do that. Now with support, we'll see how quickly the Dark Paragon can do, and it's, yeah, it feels like it's a little bit slower than the NG, but that makes sense. We can certainly afford to wait patiently to kill it. We still have 10 rounds left. Apparently there's a glitch that if you wait all 20 rounds for a Dreadbloom to die, as in, like, you don't beat Dreadbloom in time, and then you press continue, there's a bug where he doesn't spawn again. So I definitely don't want to make sure that happens. Luckily, don't need to worry about that anymore. And now, again... Oh, I should have gone... Oh, I forgot. Sacrifice or overclock, so... I need to make sure I lost a lot of money and not, having overclock for those 10 rounds. Hopefully, I did farm hard enough for this. Crossing fingers. Alright, we got 1.6 million for 4 Paragons, without including selling all the other farms, so... I don't know how the math works out, but it's only like it'll be pretty tight, so I guess we'll go for some really low degree Paragons. Ninja next, by the way, because I said so. Alright, can't guarantee this is degree 20, but let's see, 15, yeah, that was pretty yikes. That's okay. Got 1 million left for the next Paragon, oh man. Goliath Doomship is a lot, So I definitely don't think I budgeted my money properly, but I guess, again, the benefit I do have is 20 more rounds, so I won't sell the farms yet, okay? I'll make some money. Because we can afford to wait till basically round 140 for Dreadbloom, provided we kill the Rock Blooms, which we certainly can with 3 Paragons. So yeah, I doubt you see this play often, but we're even going to potentially go for a military Paragon while it's still immune to military. Just because I can get it out of the field. Now we're left at 300k. Yeah, it's enough for like the Boomer Paragon, but I'm still missing Navark. So that's like, yeah, 700 more K in raw cash. These farms probably sell for like 300, my guess. Suffering from success, am I right, fellas? We have enough money for the Boomer Paragon yet now, but still 400k short of the Navark. Maybe I shouldn't even have bought the Goliath Doomship in order, to take even longer to kill it. But maybe I'll just put it away in the center path just to do even less damage. But that's going down pretty quickly. Alright, and now over the last skull, immune to support. I think if I go for it now, I should be able to afford it. Yeah, let me do the following, guys, alright? So I'm gonna go ahead and drop that Navark Paragon, like I said. Apparently the reason why it's not allowed is because there's some sort of glitch at the moment. And yeah, I definitely have enough money. Oh, right, I forgot, guys. There's a Paragon limit. Remember that, guys? Yeah, I kind of blanked on that for a second, didn't I? Actually, what I could do... Hang on. What if I sold you? Got you... Wait, what? We're out of time, fellas. Yeah, Paragon limit reach again. Okay. Let's do a quick restart. And I think if we buy this last, we can still get all Paragons on the field. So again. Alright, take 2. Goliath Doomship. Boomer Paragon. Okay, I'm a dum-dum. The Paragon limit is 4, guys. Well, I guess what I could do is because, well, I can just buy the Boomer Paragon from the shop, right? So why don't I just simply do that? Boomer Paragon's degree 1. And I should have enough if I just sell every farm here at this point. So sell, and yep. There it is, guys. All 6 Paragons that exist in the game have officially been dropped in the field. So as I was saying, I'm not sure if there's some sort of glitch with the Bull Paragon, that's why it's banned, but let me go ahead and use the hook ability. What happens? Seems like nothing. So the glitch isn't that you can hook Dreadbloom in. I'm not sure, again, if it's even a glitch, but I've heard that's been speculated, that's why it's been banned every week. Kind of weird why they would target the Bow Paragon. But yeah, that's besides me. And it looks like, without really even trying, Elite Dreadbloom has been taken down. Tier 5. And again, mostly with low-level Paragon, so just kind of goes to show you how easy or simple this week was. Either way, hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more interesting content as I get back into the groove of things. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.